What's going on, Card Pack? I thought today was a good time to check in on some of the main playoff players. So we're going to look at Durant, Luka, Lebron, and Giannis. Take a look at some of their rookie cards and see what they've done during the playoffs. Have they went up? Have they went down? Have they stayed flat? What are the notable takeaways? Stuff like that. So we're going to dive into that. Before we get into it, a couple reminders. Check out the podcast, link in the description if you want the audios. You know, you're cruising around, you're taking a run, you can't watch a video, but you want to hear the goodness. Check out the podcast, link in the description. And if you want to get my top sports card pick of the day and join one of the best Discords in all the land, join the Sports Card Society. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. You get 2 months free on the year one. But either way, it's only like 40 cents a day. There's a membership area. You log in. There's a new video put up almost every day. Videos are short, only about 5 minutes. Show the data, the research, the card, and the reasoning as to why I like it and what I plan on doing with it. Am I selling it in a month? Am I selling it in a year? You know, what am I doing? Lots of good examples in there. We've made some pretty solid money. Even in this down market, we're taking a slightly different approach because this is a buyer's market. So you have to adjust with the markets, and we made some adjustments, and I'm actually as excited now as I've ever been because there's a lot of good things on sale, but you got to know what you're buying. So check out the Society, SportsCardSociety.com, link in the description. So here we are in the Market Movers tool. We'll start with Kevin Durant, with KD, the Nets, who I can speak for myself, but I think I speak for a lot of people. I think they're the favorites to win it all. In my opinion, they're the favorites to win it all. And surely I'm not alone. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Oh, by the way, help me get to 5,000 subscribers, please. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button also. Really helps support the channel. I super appreciate it. I pump out this content. Please at least hit the like button. Subscribe if you got a little extra energy. I appreciate it. Thank you. But we're in the Market Movers tool here, and I pulled up some of Kevin Durant's more notable rookies. So I pulled up two of his tops, his factory set one, which is the white one, and his actual regular base, which is this black one. Obviously, the pop counts are insanely different. 28.58 for the factory set Durant, and only 129 for the actual regular base, the number 112. Then, of course, the Topps Chrome is at 960 for the pop count. If you're newer to this, pop count means a card in whatever grade. That's how many of them currently exist. So, for instance, this Kevin Durant number 112 Topps in the grade PSA 10, there's 129 of them that currently exist. There's pop counts for PSA 9s, BGS 9.5s, SGC 8s, everything. But there haven't been any sales. Actually, I pulled up 5 of his cards. I pulled up this Chrome and this Fleer too. By the way, it's kind of crazy to me how low pop a lot of Kevin Durant's rookies are. I still don't think the market really knows. Like, they go nuts over the Topps Chrome and they really like the tops. It was crazy. Like, I remember a year ago buying this Topps 112 for like half the price of the factory set because I was like, why in the world is, with this pop count, why is this going for more than this one? So I bought a lot of these, and this is definitely going for more than this one now. It has been for quite a while. I think it's usually at least double, which I still think is undervalued. But this Bowman Chrome and this Fleer, like, look at that pop count. 96 for the Bowman Chrome, 185 for the Fleer base. I own one of these Fleer bases, and I own one of the Fleer base glossy, which is even more rare. Super duper rare. I still don't think the market understands how rare it is. So I have it, and I haven't sold it because I'm going to wait till the market figures it out. But I still think this Fleer regular one base is criminally undervalued. Like, look at eBay real quick because I pulled it up. $1,400 for something that has a pop count of 185. Are you kidding me? And there weren't any sales in the time frame I pulled up because I started it on May 23rd. So that's about 10 days. Playoffs have been going on for roughly like 10 days. But the ones that really only had data for Durant that have sold in that time were the factory set Topps and the Topps Chrome because they have the biggest pop counts. As a matter of fact, any one of those has a much higher pop count than all three of these ones combined. Again, I would rather have any of these three over either of these. Maybe the Topps Chrome. But the Topps Chrome, I feel, is just, there's a lot of demand for that card. And look at where it was 10 days ago. It was at $7,500. And now today it's going for $5,800. Whereas the Topps, the factory set, was going for about $1,168, and it's going for about $1,127. So that one stayed pretty flat, but the Chrome has went down. And if we pull this back like 90 days, these other cards will probably pop up in this one. They will populate. I mean, the Topps Chrome got all the way up to like 12 grand. And here it is going for half that. And I think they're going to win the championship. Might be a good time to buy it. I don't know. Just saying. And if we look at the Topps 112, it's going for $7,300. I bought several of these for, it was like half the price. This was like a year ago. No, not quite a year, because it was during the bubble. No. It was a little before the bubble. Because, anyways, so I think it was like July. But anyways, I was buying these for like, I swear it was like half the price of this number 2 factory set one. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense, because people were just going nuts over this one. And I think a lot of people just didn't even realize the black one, the 112, even existed. Anyways, whatever. Fantastic. But I think those types of days are over, although this Fleer and the Fleer Glossy, and maybe this Bowman, but probably the Fleer and the Fleer Glossy, because it doesn't make sense. Look at this Bowman Chrome. Look at where it's at. Hasn't even been a sale since March. $7,500. Pop count of 96. This one, 129, going for 7,300. Look at this Fleer. It just doesn't make any sense. This Fleer with a pop count of only 185, going for less, going for $845, going for less than this Topps. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, anyways, I'll put a link in the description for this Fleer one. That's just because it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous how underpriced that is with its pop count. It's just crazy. Good looking card too, you know. But overall, Kevin Durant just been going down during the playoffs. Who knows what's going to happen? On to the next player. Luka. So we pulled him back starting on the 23rd of May. His cards overall have been fairly flat. If we go over here, it'll tell us over this time frame. The Prism's down, in the 800s now. Down 6.3% over the last 10 days. The Optic is down to about 480, so that's under 500, although that says it's up about 2.4%. Interesting. So right here is obviously kind of a key date, so this caused a little bit of excitement. That's an interesting date, right? Everything kind of went up some that day on the 27th. I believe that the Mavericks were ahead in the series at that point. But I think what we're going to see is, like, if because this is the Mavericks, let's go to the playoff charts real quick, because the Mavs are tied. Where are we at here? Mavs and Clippers are tied. I think the Mavs are going to win it, and I think that's going to cause a bit of a spike in Luka stuff, but it's not going to like double to 100%. Now, if somehow the Mavericks, like, say, make it to the finals, yeah, stuff's going to go crazy. If they make it to the Western Conference Finals, stuff's going to go pretty wild. If they make it to the finals, that's just kind of where we're at in the playoffs, because we're really going a lot off emotion right now. But anyways, I got his Optic, his Prism, and his Premier level up, and his Concourse Select also. And it's just interesting to me. Just interesting, because now I think we can say that the Premier level is the main base rookie card for him. Maybe in general for 2019 and prior. Maybe this coming year too, but who knows? My guess is Select does basketball retail, so that's going to really mess with the print run and the pop counts. But Luka overall has been, pretty flat. Let's pull him back over 90 days. I think we got to pull the court side out of the situation here to really get a good look. He's just been kind of ticking down too, but we'll just click the 7-day to make it easy. But not as much of a decline speed as Durant, I don't think, because I'm looking at his Topps Chrome here. That's been down about 50%. Whereas the Luka, if I go 90 days, not quite as iconic of cards, but nonetheless, you just see the general deceleration isn't as much as it is for Durant, which is interesting because I think the Nets are the favorite to win it all. Let's move on to Giannis. So here's Giannis over the last 10 days. I pulled up his Hoops, his Prism, and his Select. All the pop counts are, roughly the same from about 1,200, 1,700, and 2,600. Prism being the most, Select the rarest, and Hoops second. But in terms of price, we have Prism, Select, Hoops, which is the way it should be. Even though the Prism is over double the pop count, but there's enough demand with Giannis, and people still prefer Prism. If the pop counts are the same or within range, Prism is still the favorite product. Overall, in the last 10 days, these cards all down just a little bit. Prism's down 3%, Select down 9%, Hoops down 12%. That's pretty interesting. And what I think is going to happen is that, the Bucks have already advanced. They swept. So they're already on to the next round. Right? Bucks are here. They're going to play probably Brooklyn, who leads 3-1. Pull that over a bit. Brooklyn leads 3-1. Boston would have to pull a miracle, although there were lots of that going on last year. And I think the Hawks are going to advance here too. Trae Young's an interesting one, but I didn't want to pull him up right now. I still think, even though Embiid doesn't seem like he's going to be playing, I'm shooting this on June 1st, by the way. I think Philly's still going to advance. They should. Utah's probably going to advance. I think Dallas wins. This one's tough. I think Denver wins, but that's probably the closest of all of them to me. And then, this is pretty close, but I still think the Lakers win. But Giannis, excuse me. So Giannis going to be playing Brooklyn. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. That's major. I mean, you could argue that should be the Eastern Conference Finals game. You could argue that over the Sixers. Because Bucks have been looked good. Giannis is on his top game. They swept. They moved. Now they're the first team to advance in all the playoffs. His stuff's been pretty flat. The flattest of all. Let's look over 90 days. Decline for the Prism a lot. Let's go over here all the way just to it. The Prisms went down the most. About 42%. The Select's gone down 34%. The Hoops has gone down about 33%. So the Prisms had the biggest decline for him in the past 90 days. But over the last 7, the Select has had the most. But, these numbers are close enough that it's kind of like whatever. What's interesting is I think if Milwaukee, if Giannis beats the Nets, stuff is going to go crazy for Giannis. So that's something to keep in mind. If you feel strongly that Giannis and the Bucks are going to beat the Nets, which I don't feel that, but I think it's going to be good. And if it happened, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. I just think the Nets are just so loaded that it's hard for anyone to take them down. And if I were to buy one of him, I would probably buy the Prism, because it's just going to have the most demand, and it's also over the last 90 days gone down the most, so it's kind of the most on sale. If I were to buy one, that's what I would buy. In fact, let's go to eBay real quick. What was the latest sale? It says 2014, so it looks like that makes sense to me. This card would be sitting around 2,000. That's a good kind of mental even number for the market to sit on. 2,400, a little high. I'd probably get involved in an auction before this stuff happens. Ending soonest, let's see. 3 hours, okay, interesting. 4 hours, there's some going on. So I would take a look at this stuff. I'll put a link in description for that one, because if I were to buy one, that would be the one I would buy, but with the strong caveat that you may be just, if they don't beat the Nets, I don't expect this card to really change much. And if they lose, I expect it to go down some more. Although, I expect the card to be worth more than it is today. I expect it to be worth more than this when the next season starts in October, probably the end of October. So if I were buying this, that would be my thought. I'd be like, listen, if they beat the Nets in the playoffs, I'm gonna sell it. I'm not gonna wait till the end of the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not gonna wait till the finals. I would sell it. Me personally, that's what I would do. I would sell it after that, because that would be such an upset that this thing will go 3,000 plus. It'll go bananas. But worst case scenario, they don't win, and this card, I got it at a good buy, and it'll probably most likely be, in my opinion, not financial advice. Do your own research, make your own decisions. I'm not a financial advisor, but I would expect this card to be 3,000 plus by the time the season starts. So it's kind of one of those things. Last but not least, LeBron James. Mr. LeBron James, King James himself. I pulled up 3 cards, but this one's got such a low pop count, the Bowman Rookies and Stars, which, let's go 90 days real quick to see what this one's last time it sold. With that low pop count, I just really like that card. 90 days ago, this card was going for almost $6,000. Here just today going for half that. Less than half that. With that pop count, it's a good-looking card. Good card. I just really like that card. To me, I really like that one. But then again, the chrome is down 50% because it was all the way up here at 45,000. And then, of course, the regular tops, here it is at $5,000, where it was at 8,600 90 days ago. It looks like here was a pop-up sale of 9,000, but I don't trust that one. To me, it looks like the best opportunities in the Bowman Rookies and Stars, but nonetheless, let's look at these real quick, what they've done over, say, the last 7 days. Bowman Rookies and Stars, no sales, because low pop. I really love the low pop on that, but I'll just take that one out of the equation. Oh, wait, there was one sale for $25.50. That's right, that was the last sale on the 26th of May. So we don't have any data for that over the last 7 days because it's low pop, hasn't sold that much. But this has been the most flat of all, LeBron. I think the market has really paused saying, I want to see what LeBron's going to do, because this is the most uncertain we've been about him in a while. They're tied 2-2. He's certainly not playing 100%. AD's out. I think he's out. Is he out? Well, AD's injured. Either way, him and AD are both injured, and at best they're not playing 100%. So there's a lot of uncertainty with what they're going to do. If they were playing 100%, yeah, they would definitely be my favorite to win the West. But my favorites to win the West are probably Utah or Denver. But anybody come if the Mavs came out, I'd be surprised, but it wouldn't be the most crazy thing ever. Portland would surprise me. The Suns would kind of surprise me too. I think there's a decent chance they beat LA, but man. If the Lakers lose right here in the first round, expect this stuff to go down. So be on a watch out for LeBron. I don't know if I'd be buying LeBron right now, because anytime LeBron's in the playoffs, he's expected to go to the finals, because throughout his career, he's done that literally majority of the time. And after winning the championship last year, LeBron's actually something I wouldn't buy right now. But I see the upside of Giannis. I see the upside of Durant. I can even see the upside of Luka. But with Luka, if I were to buy something, I'd probably buy his select premier level. That's where I'd be at. I'll probably include a link in the description for that too, if you want to go check him out on eBay. But I don't expect the Mavs to get past this round. Unless Memphis gets there somehow, but I really doubt that. I don't expect them to beat Utah. I do expect them to beat the Clip. I think Clippers are going to clip. And yeah, I think that's what I got for you. So that's the first kind of analysis. I think it's important to really be looking at the playoff market during all this time. By the way, if you don't have this Market Movers tool that I use to go through all this stuff, you're riding a horse and buggy in the time of cars. Because most other sports card investors have a data tool. You got to have a data tool. I prefer the Market Movers tool. I think it's the best one out there. I pay for it. I have the year subscription of the Pro version. This is my favorite one. I'll put a link in the description for it. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. I highly suggest diving into this data on these players and start making some decisions if you want to do anything. I think with any of these players, though, I think it's important to know that if you're going to go in on them, be completely okay with holding them till next season. Be completely okay with that. I think everything's pretty highly on sale. I really don't think this stuff goes down an incredible amount more. And if it does, I think that it's still where it is right now. I think Luka, Giannis, Durant, LeBron, the main guys, I think that their stuff is going for more by the start of next season than what it's selling for right now, even if it goes down more than it's at right now, which I think a lot of it will, unless they win the championship or make some big run-ups and stuff like that. A lot of stuff will go down less than it is now, but I expect pretty much all of it to be up higher at the start of next season than it is right now. Again, Not financial advice. It's my opinion. Do what you will. I'll put links in the description for those few cards that I think that are worth taking a look at. That Giannis, that Durant, and that Luka. But other than that, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I really appreciate that. Super supports the channel. Check out the Sports Card Society. Seriously, excellent membership group, excellent Discord group. It's good stuff. I really put a lot of effort into that. And check out the Market Movers tool or some data tool. I prefer Market Movers. I'd say check that one out, but you need a data tool. Oh, I almost forgot. If you want to learn how to read these charts better, check out the Delta Factor. The link is in the description. You get a couple bonuses. You get a free month of the Sports Card Society and a whole year access to the Discord. I really just help you figure out how to read these charts better. But other than that, NBA playoffs are in full gear. We're getting very close to the second round. And I think that's when there's going to be a lot more attention in the second round. And, people are bored of basketball because it's been going on for like over a year. So I think this is really going to get some extra attention. And then as we move on, it's just going to really, really be phenomenal. So, all right, that's what I got for you, Card Pack. Stay classy. You're awesome. I'll see you tomorrow.